welcome to Down to Watch, the podcast that asks, are you down to watch? I'm your host, Kahmeela, and what we're doing here is talking about pop culture and movies and TV and music, but today, specifically, this episode, we're talking about the Walking Dead spinoff, The Ones Who Live, and I'm joined by my Revisiting Sunnydale and Ryan Gosling journey on Down to Watch podcast and YouTuber Marcella.
Hello, everyone. We're going to have to revisit that Ryan Gosling because he's Knuff. Hey, we're missing a big chunk of that, so we're going to have to talk about revisiting that.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit mad that I feel like now he's no longer just like, he doesn't belong to just me anymore.
I know,
like,
I know.
Everybody else is like, oh, who is this Ryan Gosling that we forgot about since like The Notebook? Like, I feel like everybody, there was like Ryan Gosling, Mickey Mouse Club, The Notebook, and now Barbie. And that's it. That's where people leave him be. And I don't appreciate it.
No.
I've been with the Gosling love for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
But hoozles, today, we're not going to talk about Rai today, but we'll get back to him because I know he's got some other movies coming out too. I want to see The Fall Guy.
Yes.
Very much. Reel it in. All right. So today we're going to find out what happens when people stop being polite and start being real by grabbing their partner and leaping from a helicopter in this episode.
Yeah.
It got real fast.
Real fast. Yeah. 100%.
But before we get into that, I have a question for you, Marcella.
Yes.
Have you read any Walking Dead fan fiction?
I have not read fan fiction since Buffy.
Same.
I have just not done it.
I've kind of even forgot that it existed.
Me too.
After Buffy, and I would hear like all this random stuff about, there's Harry Potter fan fiction. I'm like, you guys are still doing that,
right? Or there was the episode of Supernatural where they mentioned Sam and Dean fanfic, and I'm like, it's good that I don't live in that world because that's not for me.
I don't know if I need to revisit that necessarily. I mean, I had a good time with what I did read back in the day. But there's like so many people, at least online, like I love my Twitter feed now that this show has started because everybody is just, it's all Rashone and I'm here for it all the time. But there's a lot of people that talk about how they believe that Deny and probably Rick have read like a lot of the Rashone fan fiction in just like the ways that these episodes have been written and stuff. And I love that.
I love that too. That would be wonderful because a lot of times fanfic is a little too spicy. Like it turns out I'm not a spicy reader fan. Like that's not, like I'm more of a story fan. I don't really need the spicy part.
The smut? Okay, well.
Yeah, I don't need the smut so much.
I'm in my smut era. Like this last couple of years, let's just a quick unsolicited, unpaid for plug for Dipsy is an app that has like lovely audio erotica written by women. The whole app is geared towards women, for women, by women. And it's just like some really good stuff. And I love the fact that how you can search for stuff. They know how to categorize things. They're like, accents, yes, we got you. You want want British, you want Scottish, Irish, what? Like Hispanic, like what you need, girl? I got you.
Nice. That's awesome.
You want a cowboy? Okay, let's find that. Like, so it's like it's really, their categorizing is on point and it makes things very searchable. So in this episode, I think we only have like one new character really, and she's only there for a hot second. We got Cleo Clifton, who is on the wall with Michonne, and played by a Tessa Hope Slavis. And she's just loving fucking life. She loves the CRM. She's here for it.
She is. The only other character I'm gonna throw out there is one Pollyanna's wig department. Because she got lots of hairstyles in this damn episode.
She does. Like she was in hair and makeup for a while, I assume. Yeah, because we go back again to, I guess, around the time where Rick just gets to the CRM and he runs into Jadis with long-haired Jadis.
Long-haired Jadis. This is the most normal-looking Jadis, like stereotypical normal.
Yeah, like with her cable knit turtleneck sweater and a lot less threatening Jadis. And just like also kind of a shout out to Pollyanna. I don't know her last name, but she's basically been played like three different characters in this universe. Like, yes, they're all Jadis, but like Garbage Jadis, Alexandria Jadis, and CRM Jadis are three different animals, and she's doing a really great job of differentiating all of them.
And it's Pollyanna McIntosh.
Thank you.
Yes, and to be fair, I saw the name Pollyanna in your notes, and I thought you were making fun of her. I didn't realize that was actually her name until Prime gives you the X-ray. It shows you the cast and trivia. So I was like, oh, damn, her name is Pollyanna.
Like, oh, that's for real. And it's such a random name for a real-life name. Like,
and Jadis apparently has a last name of Stokes.
Oh,
sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just now, and thanks to the X-ray thing, I just found out Michonne's last name was Hawthorne. I guess I never knew that.
Yep, sure.
She's just always been Michonne.
Right, okay.
Just Michonne, like Prince, Madonna, Cher. It's
right.
Michonne. Like...
Right. At what point was she like, Michonne Hawthorne, nice to meet you? No, that never happened.
So after Rick runs into Jadis, she's just like, she kind of explains a little bit more about what her deal was. So as she was a garbage person before she worked with the CRM. So they approached them apparently, and it was like a resource exchange kind of thing. So the deal was if they come across lost souls who needed saving, then they would give them to the CRM, and then they would give them food and supplies. And they'd also do the same with people that they thought were a threat.
Yeah.
Why she didn't
give them Negan? Right?
I was just about to say
What?
You had it
Jadis?
right there. You could have ended all of this.
Yes, just all of it.
Like, why did you wait to like hold on to like Rick and Gabriel? Why were they the ones that you needed to get rid of?
Well, she makes bad decisions because let's talk a minute for the fact that this is an apocalypse, and she threw away those French fries in the trash. She threw them away.
You know how much that bothered me the first time I saw that. She meets up with Rick, like the CRM has a little marketplace type thing with like stuff, and she's eating French fries. First of all, you got French fries.
You got like, French fries.
And ketchup. What is happening right now? And she just eats like 2 or 3 of them and then throws them in the trash.
In the trash.
I would never. Today, right now in 2024, where things are sort of kind of stable in this economy, they're shitty. But yeah, even now, at this point today where I have running water and, electricity and a roof over my head, I would never throw away French fries.
Never.
Something horrible would have had to have happened to that batch of fries for me to throw them away.
You may have wind turbines and a little farmer's market, but we still don't throw away food. This is still a zombie apocalypse. What? I don't know. No.
It's not just, So Jadis, for a lot of reasons, but this being the number one, you can just go to hell. Like, I need you to that's number one infraction right here.
Yep.
And she also points, so she's like really team CRM to Rick. And she's like, they have a 500-year plan. 500 years? Who worked that out?
That's some Palpatine level planning. Like, sure. Okay.
Okay. So she's banging the CRM drum. And he's just like, I want to go home. She's like, I believe this place can work. I want to go home.
But fries, you threw them out. I want to go home. It's not the place for me.
But I saved your life. Don't forget that. So she's really never going to let him forget that. Never forget, Rick.
Never forget. Which she's still banging that drum when we cut back to. She's just broken into his house and is drinking his liquor with her feet up.
Infraction number 2. And this isn't even just her. Pearl also. Like, why are they just storm into my dude's apartment and drink his liquor freely.
Yep. And who gave Pearl a flat iron? The women on this show have very nice hair for an apocalypse. We've got fries, we've got conditioner,
eyebrows.
Apparently. Yep.
Right. Like that's one thing that was one of the things that would always stick out to me. Like, in the regular Walking Dead, when they were like in the thick of it, in the beginnings of it, it's like, I find it hard to believe that Rosita's fucking eyebrows would stay, are naturally this arched. Like, stop it.
Stop. That's not happening. No.
And I don't want to say anything, but I think, and I don't know if I noticed it in The Walking Dead, but it seems like Michonne is really rocking some eyeliner in these episodes.
She seems to be.
Rick meets up with Pearl, and for some reason, like, Pearl comes to his apartment, and she seems really concerned. Like, I guess she thought Rick died in the helicopter crash with Okafor and all of them. It's weird that she seems relieved that he's okay. Like, she seems almost close to tears. It's like, who are you?
All the ladies love Rick Grimes. Come on. After 8 or 9 seasons, we know this. All the ladies Jadis loves him. Everybody loves Rick Grimes.
Everybody calls her LL Cool R. But while she's there, you know, being happy he's alive, he's like, yo, listen, I need you to watch it. This woman came back with me, Dana. I need... Like, how does she not put 2 and 2 together? He is so adamant about this. He is so desperate. The look on his face. She knows that he has somebody out there that he's trying to get back home to. Yeah. And the way he just, you got to make sure, like, they might suspect she's an A, and you got to make sure that that doesn't happen, and make it work. You should put her under your charge, please. And she's just like, okay.
Nope. And it is at this point that I believe we need a running clock on the screen that either counts up until the time that Rick fucks everything up for the CRM, or counts down until Rick fucks everything up. Because again, these people are living kind of happy. Like, sure, their government is out doing terrible things, but the people that are living day to day,
it's not much. Yeah. It's not much different than what the world was before the apocalypse, really.
No.
The government is is doing some shady, dirty, gross, unethical shit.
Yep.
And yet, you know, the people that are living there, the normies, are just kind of going about their business.
They're just going about their business. But Rick's going to fuck it all up, and they'll all probably die.
I would like to meet more of the normies.
Me too.
Some of the people that are just...
making it.
The ones that are making, the ones that are making the French fries and selling them at Marketplace. And do they have, I don't know what their currency is, because I know in the Commonwealth at the end of The Walking Dead, they tried to bring back money.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
But I don't know what the currency is with the CRM, like how they do things there. But, so like this one, and we also go back to when Jadis was in his apartment too, again, drinking his liquor without asking.
Everybody drinking his liquor.
And she's just laying it on real thick. Like, you know, all three of us, our fates are bound. You, me, and Michonne. If she better not fuck this up for us, because I will fuck things up for you, essentially. That's her point.
Once again, proving to him that her dick is bigger than his.
Yeah. If you try to leave, I will kill her and everybody you love. Oh, and don't think that you can just kill me, because I've got a failsafe. She's got a little file put together that if anything happens to her, everybody knows everything about Rick and Michonne, and they'll go off and destroy their home, because the CRM doesn't want people to leave because of secrecy and blah, 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 blah. It just doesn't seem feasible. It doesn't seem like it's such a big operation. You are
helicopters and tanks.
You're literally the military.
Yeah.
Why would you be so concerned about just like this little podunk group of like random people? Like, you can deal with them if they come at you sideways. You can deal with them. Why do you have to like cut them off at the head?
And Rick, why not just ask to bring your family?
Not once.
Have you ever said, hey, I got a wife and a kid. I'm happy to stay, but can we bring my wife and kid
once. Not once. Does that come up? And I don't understand why.
Can we bring our kids?
They ain't got no problems with me.
Right. Sure, you're going to have to explain that you lied.
Hey, by the way,
By the way, her name's Michonne, and
we do kind of know each other
we kind of know each other. Yeah, we may
in
have
the
met.
biblical sense.
We have a daughter named Judith. And Michonne's gonna have to be like, and a son.
And a son. Hi.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Hi. You're the dad.
Jadis also keeps talking about some arrangement, and we still don't know the details about this, what this arrangement is.
No, but I'm very concerned that it involves some kind of touching, inappropriate touching.
It's a sexual situation that we don't really necessarily want to be a part of.
No.
Because he looks genuinely uncomfortable every time she says it.
There's a familiarity between them two. Like there's a sense of something.
Oh, you've seen her naked.
And she wanted to lie with you. We remember weird garbage, Jadis.
We all remember that. We were all kind of icked out by that and uncomfortable with that. And I'm still kind of upset that Michonne never just like clocked her for it. But
we got time. We got time. We still got 3 or 4 episodes.
So nobody leaves the CRM because they're just super insecure. It's just to the core. And so Pearl, we found out that Pearl does vouch for Dana, even though they all suspected she was an A. And Jadis says one of the best things forever, and he was like, why are you threatening my family and killing folks now? Because you didn't do that before. She was like, well, you by yourself, you're no threat.
Right.
She's like, but you and her, you and Michonne, you guys could do anything. Together you can do anything. And it's like,
yeah, they can.
She knows.
And for somebody who is supposed to not be an A, Michonne's not doing a very good job on the wall of getting by.
She doesn't hide things well. You know, Chloe's like, you look like you got your shit together. And she's like, I'm glad to be with somebody who has their shit together. And Dana is like, what makes you think I got my shit together? And then she shows off some like crazy, basically she kills like 8 walkers by herself or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
While she's on the wall, there's like this, there's on another wall, there's painted on there Grime 68, and I don't know what that means.
I took it this whole time.
Like, is that his birthday?
No, I can't believe you didn't think that. So now I'm like, am I wrong? I just thought it was his address. I thought it was his apartment. Because there's a door right there, and she keeps looking up at it. I just thought it was his.
Only one there. I didn't see anybody else.
I don't know. Nobody else. No. And it's so close to the wall, too. And I figured they put him that close to the wall because you wouldn't break out that close to the wall. It'd be dumb to try and get out there. I seriously just thought that was his apartment.
I mean, at first I thought it was like a kill tally or something, but I was like, that feels a little permanent. Like, you can't really add to it like that. And again, I don't see anybody else there.
Right. Is it his birthday? I don't know. Now I'm curious.
Is that the year he was born? It's like, as everybody just on his jock?
Right.
Grime 68. Grime 68.
And including her not doing a good job of being an A, they are not doing a good job of stop giving the fuck me eyes to each other every time they see each other.
Anybody with eyeballs should be able to see that there is something up between the two of them.
Right.
Like, stop it. Every time they walk past each other, there's like, I'm about to get pregnant from the way y'all are like looking at each other. Stop it. This is embarrassing.
At least she looked and then kept walking. He just followed the whole and still just kept looking long after she'd walked. Like, hello?
You are so not good at being subtle. Stop it.
We know you're not looking at Chloe or whatever her name was.
Right.
Because she ain't got her shit together. And then say hello to Mr. John Locke. I love you
John
dearly.
Locke. John
Serial
Locke.
Quinn in the house. Oh, God. He looks
Over
good
there.
with a... Is he aging at all?
He's aging phenomenally, or whatever is happening with him. Like, it's great. Like, and I don't know if it's just me getting older or I just they're doing it better or what? Because young Terry O'Quinn is not necessarily a handsome man. Like I think I watched it. It's not unattractive, but he does nothing for me.
It's that Stepfather movie.
Terry
Messes
O'Quinn,
it up.
yeah, Stepfather. He's not an attractive man, but this guy, like he could get it. Like,
Hey, the beard, the hat, it's working.
yeah,
The
he's working
authority,
it out.
it's working. It's working.
I feel you. I feel you. He's eulogizing Okafor. I guess it's his funeral, and I don't know, blah blah blah, something about a stolen artifact sword from World War whatever. And
The only thing about this sword, please tell me it's like what's that thing where they bring it up and it has to be used later? What's that called? Chekhov's sword? So
dude, I
please
don't
tell
know.
me it's like Chekhov's sword because I need to see
Oh,
Terry O'Quinn and Michonne in a sword fight before the end of the season.
yo, that would be
I
amazing.
need that. I need that to happen.
Yeah.
Tell me that's
Yeah.
why we brought this sword up.
Yes,
Otherwise, why is this sword here?
Why are we talking about this? Terry O'Quinn does not like Rick.
Nope.
And he's not one to hide it, apparently.
No.
He's like, Okafor really kind of vouched for you, but I don't see why. I don't. And he refers to him as pharmakon, which is a Greek word for meaning both poison and the cure. Damn.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not. Just
He's not wrong.
ask Alexandria, Hilltop,
Prison.
Sanctuary, Governor's people.
Yeah, all of it. Anybody. Rick probably caused the apocalypse.
Is it a coincidence that it happened while he was in a coma in the hospital? It all went to shit after he got no coincidence here. Yeah, just ask Morgan. He kind of like fucked his world up for a hot second. Like I know you have your feelings about Morgan, but I kind of miss him. I like him.
Isn't he looking for Rick now? So he may show up at some point too, right?
I don't know because he was.
I think that's how he
went
ended
on to
Fear the Walking Dead. He went looking for Rick.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Fear the Walking Dead, and I also don't know why a grown ass man of Morgan's life, age, big age, whatever. Like it just doesn't. Like I feel like he's seen and done enough that he doesn't necessarily need to find Rick anymore.
Right.
Like that's
well, I mean, we're talking about a man who let his dead wife continually follow him and his son around. So
it's like let it go. Morgan. You've covered a lot of ground. Yeah, you've covered a lot of ground, Morgan.
Yeah.
Like, you've made a lot of new friends. You've had some adventures. Why do you need to find Rick? Let it go.
Shouldn't Carol be the person you're looking for?
Yeah, I feel like they had some unfinished business. I don't know, like they had an interesting dynamic for a minute as to where they didn't get along, then they got along, and then they became like kind of sort of besties, and he had a really wild ride mentally.
He really did.
Like,
he really did.
I think out of everybody in the Walking Dead universe, at least on the show The Walking Dead, his psychological fucking warfare was rough. Like he had some real mental challenges.
I wouldn't mind seeing him pop up on here, but
I don't think we need it. I don't need to. Let's not take away from Rick and Michonne.
Right. So I'm confused about Pearl. Help me understand something about Pearl. Pre-Okafor, Pearl was all in on Okafor's vision. Correct?
I think so.
Post Okafor, she gets promoted, and now she's all CRM. We don't really need to do Okafor's plan no more. We're gonna go this way.
Yeah.
And and Rick's kind of like, I don't know where I fit in.
She's quite the flip flopper, and I think it's her getting a taste of some sort of power now. So now she's in command, and she starts like, this isn't so bad now. I'm here.
Yeah.
And she also tells, after she's gotten promoted, she tells Rick to make sure that Dana doesn't fuck things up for her, basically.
Somebody's telling Rick, make sure Dana don't fuck stuff up. Maybe Rick should have told Dana, stop fucking shit up. Everybody can see You're fucking shit up.
You're not being as quiet as you should be.
You're not.
Finally, so Rick puts together like a little escape plan, and I'm noticing here like he pulls out like fucking note cards and paddles and a map. And so they're outside of Philadelphia right now. Mm-hmm. If this map is truthful.
That's kind of what I gathered as well.
Which I still don't understand how Michonne got to.
I don't know.
Never mind.
None of it
stop
makes
it,
any
Kahmeela.
sense.
You're never going to make sense of it. You're never going to make sense of it.
No. Now they're passing notes in the dick. Come on. Somebody's seeing all this shit.
Somebody's got to see all of it.
At least Michonne's smart enough to read it, and then I think she throws it in the fire.
Yeah. So he like, he sets up this escape plan. He passes her a note and tells her like where to meet him and what's going to happen. And he left her a little something, something in a locker somewhere, which I think turns out to be her sword or sword.
I think it's a sword maybe. But like Rick keeps coming across these horrible things. That first one he came across, tell them I'm sorry I lied.
Yeah.
Lied about what? That you stole all the food? Because he just had a bag full of cans. Like, what was that about?
I don't know. They do these things. They do this a lot. Like they have the characters come across these random like hopeless aftermath incidents of all is lost, and there'll be like a pile of fucking like a family huddled together, burned to death or some shit, and it's just.
Good God, man! Why did I need that on top of everything else? And wherever he's leading her, it's just like a chaos pit because there's walkers down there too. And I'm sorry, this is close to like the CRM headquarters. Who didn't go down and clear out the underground? That just seems like a catastrophe waiting to happen.
Right. Like I think you guys should have a better plan than this. So once Michonne gets to the spot, she gets to the boat or whatever, and there's a note from Rick, because like, I'm not coming, I love you. What? Again,
he must have forgot who Michonne is, because that's just some bullshit. Because
I think she like even comes back to him and is like, did you really think that was gonna work? Did you think I was gonna leave? Did you think I come all this way? I actually find you, and you think the little punk ass note's gonna send me?
Right. And it's so nasty along the way too, because there's walkers down in this pit down there, but he like ties them up for her so that they won't attack her, and they're just sitting there like pressing up against it. And it just reminds me that they just don't stop, and that those walkers will just keep sitting there pressing themselves up against that until eventually one of them cuts themselves in half. And it's just bleh.
It's always a super ickiest part when they show the walkers like squishing themselves through like fences or, or bars and things like that.
But then we get my absolute 100% favorite moment of this whole episode, and possibly of any moment ever on The Walking Dead, and it is Rick's.
When he gives Jace the bird.
Yes.
and he fucking. It's like,
eyebrows.
He comes up to Jadis and he's like, Michonne's gone, so now you don't have anything to hold over my head, and so there. And what do you say? You got a fucked up haircut.
You got a fucked up haircut. And he like gives her like, said it, said what I said, and that is my favorite. Something. Yeah, it's my absolute, and he like lifts up his eyebrows at her too, and it is just the best dig in the world. I love it so much.
Wonder if that was scripted.
It couldn't have been. It had to have been ad-libbed 100%. He's not wrong though. She does have a really bad haircut.
She does. He had set the whole thing up to make it look like Michonne had died. And so hopefully he thinks that he's telling Jadis, you be the one to go investigate and find her and yada, yada, yada. And she's just like, I don't believe it, but I'll do it, I guess.
It just makes me laugh so hard. A shit haircut. He got it a shit haircut.
When he said it, I was like, I'm so glad somebody else said something. Somebody said something.
I know. Somebody said it. And Pearl is just Pearl is all of us because she's just like, look over there. Look. Does that look like bee behavior?
Yeah. He's like, oh, they said that, or Dana said that she's happy to be with people or to be around people to help or something like that. And
Mhm.
Pearl's like, she don't look like nobody that needs any help. She seems to have it under control.
And Rick's just like, God damn it, son of a.
So again, he comes up on her after he sees that she did not leave. He comes up on her and he's got his stupid little helmet on, and she just rolls up to him and snatches it off and just kind of like breathes at him, just looks at him. And she didn't have to say near word, not a syllable. And he knew.
Nope.
He's like, I fucked up. Yeah.
Mhm.
That
Yep.
was on me. We broke up, ain't we? Okay.
Mhm. The lack of dialogue that she has in this scene speaks volumes. It's
Yes.
fantastic. Her face speaks everything that we're all saying.
Exactly.
To
Her
him.
eyes are loud. Her eyes are so loud.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just digging and just keeps trying to like tell, like,
That didn't work. How about this attempt? No? Shit.
it's like, but what I said was, and you said if you love me and we could, and I'm trying to help. Don't be mad.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And none of it is working. None of it. And she's
Nope.
just getting madder and madder.
Until she finally walks off, and he's still just like looking after her, like, don't be mad.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna kiss me anymore, are you? The best thing, one of the, we get an explanation for the Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Rick doesn't know Japanese.
Mm-mm.
Of course not. Of course not. And
Rick doesn't even draw.
Rick can't draw.
No, Rick can't draw.
We come across, like, Michonne is in the marketplace, and we come across people selling fries and wool, and then she sees this guy who has made again, I don't know what the currency is, but this guy, he found a niche. And
Yep, he sure did.
He got in there and he was on top of it. Because what are we doing with all of these electronics, old TVs and phones?
Right.
We can't use them. Everybody's still nostalgic for it. So what am I going to do? I'm going to draw caricatures of your loved ones on these things for you to make you feel some semblance of the past. So she found the dude that does that. Ben Jurio's portraiture and art.
But we have to kill him, right?
But why? Oh, yeah. Yeah, because she's
Like, like we gotta kill him, right? Like, that's the first thing I said when I was watching this with my mom. I was like, oh, but he knows, like, he knows everything. Like,
Right.
we need to, like, we gotta put him down, right?
It's like, how are we going to, how do we ensure that this guy's not going to talk? Yeah.
Right.
Because,
why wasn't she immediately like, shh, my name's Dana. My name is
Right.
Dana. Not
Dana. I don't know what you heard or what you're talking about, but shh. Yeah,
There
so Rick
is
is
no
already,
Michonne.
yeah, clearly Rick has gone to this dude and like spilled his guts about, Michonne and Judith and Carl, because dude has drawn their caricatures on old iPhones for him, and Michonne has done nothing as she's like actively undercover, quote unquote. She's just like, just lets the whole thing drop. She's like, oh, you drew me on my dude's phone.
Yep, lets it all out, and and it is a very sweet moment. It really is. And he never drew Carl because he couldn't quite get Carl right. He could never get Carl right for Rick.
Yeah, because I guess Rick was saying that he was having trouble remembering what he looked like or something, remembering his face. So basically, this is,
we have to kill him.
Yeah, so this is the dude that gave Michonne hope, essentially. Because had she not found that phone, it's quite possible she would not have made the complete connection. Like, sure, those could have been Rick's boots that she found.
Right.
Like, but when you found the phone, it's like, oh yeah, this is for sure him.
And they roll up together with Pearl again, and I don't know how Pearl's not just like, y'all touch each other, don't you? I know it. I see it. I know you do.
I can tell. I don't know how she can not. Like, the
I
heat
don't know
coming
how
off
she
of
can't.
these two is palpable. Like, it's not, they don't hide this stuff well.
Not at all. But they do have another little secret meeting between Thorn, or yeah, Pearl, and Rick and Michonne, which
Yeah.
I'm not sure why we do this.
I'm not either, unless I don't know if Pearl was full on at gone in this thing thinking that she was going to kill Michonne, or if she was testing
Maybe,
her
maybe, but
just to see.
is she testing her like CRM wise, or is she testing her um Okafor plan wise? I can't tell what she's doing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Pearl is having a hard time believing the story that Michonne just came, or Dana just came upon Rick at his time of need when she just came out of the woods and saw him and she saved him just because it was a man who needed help.
Yeah.
And Pearl's like, I don't think so. That doesn't sound right. And Michonne's like, it's safer with people. I didn't have any people with me, so I needed to save people. And then, finally it's just like, look at him. Look at those gorgeous eyes. Look at those arms. Of course I saved him.
Of course I saved him. Have you seen him?
Look at that ass.
Right? And what I love about this is that he's standing so far behind Pearl, and as her questions get more and more intense,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, "Oh, well, I might just have to put her down."
And he's going to. He's absolutely ready to do this, which, thank God. Pearl just keeps talking about how Rick he's not a helpless man. He doesn't come across somebody that would need help. And Michonne is just kind of still playing with her, like playing this game. It's like just sticking with the story. I just want to help people. I don't need to see anybody die in front of me. Yada yada. And Pearl, and I'm really hating Pearl at this point.
Me too. But she gets what she wants out of this little meeting, I guess, and she decides to send Michonne on a mission. But she only gets a stick. She doesn't get any weapons. She gets a stick.
Which
you don't know Michonne at all. That's all she needs is a stick.
Exactly.
Have you seen how many walkers she's taken out? Oh, I'm sorry. What do they call them? They're not allowed to call them walkers because that's
what do they call them?
I forget. I don't know. I don't know what they call them.
But while they're off killing the undead or whatever, they have this ram thing, and Pearl can't get it to work. Or she doesn't have the strength to push it. And she keeps telling Michonne to stay back, or Dana to stay back. It's not your whatever, just like trying to pull rank on her, telling her to stay back. Rick is seeing all this happen. Shit's getting more intense and more like hairy. It's like, this can't happen. Finally, Michonne's like, fuck it. And then she takes the ram and she just like goes full force. And Pearl's like, Pearl can't believe, like, she's embarrassed and mad and she's just not seeing it, and so she's got Michonne in her sights, like she's about ready to kill her, and Rick sees this and gets in the way.
Yep. He stops it because he also, at one point, she's pushing this thing, and she gets stuck too at one point, and Rick comes along, and they both kind of push it to where it needs to go. It's like, I thought it was a bomb, but it's more a sound device that draws the walkers towards it.
Yeah, and it's like a battering ram type / maybe lawnmower.
Yeah. So it seems like they're pushing it out into a certain area so that they can draw them all away from wherever they want to be.
And then it blows up.
And then it blows up. And on the way back, they're fighting through and they're kicking ass together. And it's Rick and Michonne, as we love to watch them. And damn, if Pearl isn't just like...
And then they make out a little bit behind a tree. Like, like, you guys are right there in the open.
You're right there in the open. You're going to get caught. What are you doing?
I don't know how nobody saw this.
I don't either. But thankfully, Pearl does not
Michonne is like ready to go at this point. At this moment, she's like, "Let's go now." And Rick is, "They'll find us. We can't do it like this."
No, we can't go home. And then Pearl is pissed off at Rick because Michonne broke protocol, which made him break protocol. And he's just like, yeah, but maybe she just wasn't ready. Maybe it was too early for her to go out in the field. Let me just cut. She my boo thing. Me. And she basically is just like, I'm done with your shit. Take her back.
Right.
Yeah, I got shit to do. Take her back. And it was at this point that I thought she was on the helicopter with them.
Yeah,
but I guess
me too.
I guess she stays here, wherever here is.
Yeah.
Because she tells him to take her back. So I'm guessing that she stays here and she is not on that helicopter with them. Which, wow, they love to just end a show with something huge. And that helicopter ride was it's stormy and it's rocky. And I forgot he does run into Jadis one more time before they take the helicopter ride home.
So,
but she's also staying there. So she's staying there with Thorne?
Yes.
So the two of them are going to run up this new facility and not have to go take the 1.5 day journey back to Philly. What's a 1.5 day away from Philly?
On a helicopter?
Yeah. Like,
no.
Does a helicopter even have that much fuel to fly for a 1.5 day?
I don't know. But also, Jada shoots her shot one more time.
She's not giving up on Rick.
You should come see my quarters sometimes. I mean, you gotta give it to her. Even after he called you out on your shit haircut. He's still like, hey. Way that he recoils. Touches his chest. He's like, God damn it, stop touching me. I am so going to file a complaint with HR. You don't even know.
Poor Rick. It's so sad. And it really is kind of messed up. And they're in this helicopter flying back. Rick is once again trying to tell her, you need to go and I need to stay. And she's still just looking at him like,
You're saying words, but I don't know what they mean. It doesn't sound like English to me.
Don't mean shit to me. Get on the helicopter.
And then also Michonne just now sees Jadis, and she's like, the fuck?
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that because Jadis mentioned something. You didn't tell her that I was.
She's like,
yeah. And I had said that from the second she walked in that you better tell her Jadis is here. You better tell her you do not want her to just run up on Jadis in the street because it will not go well for either of them.
No, it's not going to be cool. And Rick tries one last tactic. He tries to white fang her, basically. And he's like, I belong here. You don't. I don't love you. We're broken up. It's over. It's not working anymore.
I
got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then they get, and the look on her face, like they get on the helicopter and there's all rockets. Oh my God. The way she's looking at him on the helicopter.
And does she actually have any lines? I can't. Or does she just keep giving him looks ever since he said, I'm not going?
I think that's it. Yeah, like the whole thing, like I don't think she has any verbal response when he tries to break up with her.
Yeah.
And she's just like, mm-hmm. And
we get a voiceover from her. She gives a voiceover to
Judith. Yeah.
Yeah. Which Judith was how old when she left?
8, maybe?
Okay, so
6 years later, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So it is definitely not going to be the same actress.
I don't know because it takes so long to film.
That's true.
It could well be, but all the voiceover is like, whatever, I'm sorry, is what she's saying to Judith, and that's when she unbuckles her and Rick's.
She's like, I don't know if we're gonna make it back.
Right. And she grabs him and they leap out of the pulls him out of the helicopter and he screams.
Game over. Show over. That's it. Till next time.
Credits. Like,
I'm like, she did not just jump out of that helicopter.
I was so like, I am loving the way these episodes end. Just I love the like they're absolutely just like I want. But yeah, she ripped him out of the helicopter, a moving helicopter in a thunderstorm, and
Yep.
we'll see what
Ma'am,
happens.
ma'am, did you know there was water down there when you jumped out?
That's what I want to know. Like, were you cognizant that you were flying over a waterbed of sorts, of a body of water? Did you
Right.
know? Because I
Because
feel
how
like you're just
high were
like
we?
right. You're just like, oh, we got lucky. Whew.
Like,
Now
we're
what
not
was
coming
down
back.
there?
If we make it, we make it. If not, you're not Rick anyway. So, mm-mm. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Egads,
And I
egads,
can't wait
Michonne.
for the next episode.
I know. All right. 3 down, 3 to go.